The Open Water Diver course helps you acquire the skill set needed to dive safely up to a depth of 18 meters with the buddy. Our veteran dive instructors will help you develop into a skilled, confident, and comfortable open water diver over the course of 4 days. These 4 days will include 2 days of confined water sessions, during which you will learn 20 basic skills in shallow water that are required to become a diver. This will be followed by 6 open water dives where you will execute all that you have learned during your confined water sessions. You can complete your open water diver course within 3 or 4 days based on your travel schedule. It is strongly recommended that you complete your online learning materials before arriving in the Andaman Islands in order to save time. You can sign up for the e-learning program and start your academic sessions in the comfort of your own home. Your in-water sessions with our instructors will help you to control your movements underwater as well as maintain your buoyancy by developing a good breathing pattern and efficient finning techniques. Day 1. On Day 1, you will be provided with an introduction to the course and a tentative itinerary for the next 4 days. Your dive instructor will help you complete your paperwork, including a registration form, liability release form, and a medical questionnaire. Following this, you will be briefed about scuba equipment and how to assemble it. Along with this, your instructor will also discuss the effects of going underwater on your body and the basic rules of scuba diving. Confined water session. Before we start the course, you have to pass a 200-meter swim test, 300-meter snorkel test, and a 10-minute float test. This water fitness evaluation is a prerequisite for the course. There is no time limit for the swimming test, and you will thoroughly enjoy your snorkeling session as you get to see colorful fishes and vibrant corals. Following your water fitness evaluation, we will begin your confined water sessions. Your instructor will demonstrate 10 skills on Day 1 and will get you to practice these skills repeatedly in order to gain more comfort and confidence in the water. The skills that will be taught on Day 1 are regulator clearing, using perch, regulator clearing using blow, regulator retrieval using the arm sweep method, regulator retrieval using the alternate method, half flooded mask clearing, full flooded mask clearing. Stationary air sharing with an alternate air source. Buoyancy check with the total diving system. Mask removal and replacement. Fin pivot and neutral buoyancy. Your first open water dive. Before you dive, your dive instructor will teach you how to plan your dive and brief you about entry and exit methods, dive site topography, and fish life. Remember, always plan your dive and dive your plan. It is mandatory to perform your buddy check before every dive and make sure every piece of equipment is working properly. Depending on the dive site, you will either walk into the sea from the shore or perform a back roll entry by boat. While executing these entries, our instructor and staff will be there to help you execute these entries safely. Throughout the dive, your instructor will be within arm's reach in case you need any assistance. After the first dive, your instructor will give you a debriefing assessing your comfort level and abilities in water. Day 2. A new day brings new challenges. After a short briefing, we will resume your confined water session, completing your 10 remaining skills. Remember to always double check your scuba equipment and complete a pre-dive safety check to ensure everything is working properly prior to entering the water. Confined water session. Your instructor will take you through the remaining 10 skills and get you to repeat them till you're comfortable executing them. The skills you will learn on day 2 are underwater BC removal and replacement, We see removal and replacement at the surface. Underwater weight belt removal and replacement. Removal and replacement of the weight belt at the surface. Swimming without a mask. Breathing from a free-flowing regulator. Tired diver toe. Emergency swimming ascent. Emergency buoyant descent. Open Water Dive 2. After completing your confined water session, we move on to your second open water dive. On this dive, we focus on working on your buoyancy control by developing good breathing patterns, consciously slowing down, and maintaining your ascent rate. As per SSI standards, you have to perform some of the skills that you have learnt in your confined water sessions, such as regulator removal and replacement, neutral buoyancy, and half-flooded mask clearing. Your instructor will monitor your performance as well as see if you are able to apply them during the dive. Through the dive, your instructor will point out interesting marine life including corals, fishes, sea slugs, elasmobranchs, and mollusks. At the end of the dive, you will ascend slowly at a rate of 9 meters per minute or slower. Once you return to shore, your instructor will debrief you, and following that you will return to the dive center to wash your gear and complete any remaining theory. Day 3. The third day of the course is the last set of educational dives, where your instructor gets you to execute skills underwater. Ideally, by this point you should have completed all of your confined water skills. If there are any skills pending or skills that your instructor feels the need to revise, he will conduct another confined water session. Our dive instructor will provide you with a short briefing and help you plan your first set of repetitive dives. You will be doing 2 boat dives in one day, taking a short surface interval between the dives on the boat itself. The surface interval is a break between 2 dives needed to release the nitrogen which your body absorbed during the dive. Open water dives 3 and 4. The focus of these dives will be planning your dives and executing the plan. Your plan should include an objective. What would you like to get out of this dive? Dive site conditions. What is the weather like? What is the status of the tides? Is there a possibility of currents? Dive site description. What is the topography of the dive site? What kind of marine life are you likely to spot? Are there things that you need to watch out for? Setting maximum depth. This is based on your certification level, 18 meters for open water divers, and the depth of the physical bottom of the dive site. Setting maximum dive time. This is based on your air consumption on your previous 2 dives and the maximum depth of the dive. Air distribution. As divers, we follow the rule of thirds. 1/3 of your air supply to get to your destination, 1/3 to come back, and the final third to be kept in reserve. Surface interval. How long of a gap between 2 dives? Entries and exits. Where and how will you get in and out of the water? Lost buddy procedures. What should you do in the unlikely event that you and your buddy get separated? Emergency plan. The standard operating procedure in the unlikely event of an emergency. Your instructor will assist you in forming a plan which would be optimal for you and your buddies for these 2 dives. After your first 2 dives, you should be in a position to execute pre-dive safety checks for you and your buddy, including a revision of hand signs, descending in a slow and controlled manner, becoming neutrally buoyant and maintaining your buoyancy, maintaining proximity to your dive buddy, communicating with your buddy underwater, monitoring your air, performing a 3-minute safety stop at a depth of 5 meters, ascending in a slow and controlled manner. Through the dive, your instructor will be right beside you in case you need any assistance at all. You will realize by the time you are done with your 4th dive, you don't need the constant help of your instructor and are slowly and surely getting the hang of managing yourself underwater. Dives 5 and 6. Diving, as with any other sport, is just a matter of practice. The more time you spend underwater, the better you get. You will find that you are much more comfortable and confident on dive number 4 as compared to your first dive. And this has been achieved in only a short span of 3 days. Every additional dive you do will only add to that comfort and confidence. This is why Seahawk Scuba provides an additional 2 fun dives as part of our open water diving course. We expect that over the last 3 days, you have learned enough to plan and execute your dive safely. That being said, our dive professionals are always nearby if you need any help in any phase of the dive. During these fun dives, you will not be made to perform any skills. You can just enjoy the marine life around you as well as get photos and videos taken. By the end of the course, you will be confident, comfortable, and most importantly, safe divers. We hope to have imparted some of our enthusiasm and love for diving over these 4 days and look forward to diving with you again.